Hey everyone, I'm Don Harkins, broker owner of Don Harkins Realty and senior mortgage advisor with America's Money Source. There has been a lot of news happening in the housing market lately and the global greater economy as a whole, so I wanted to take a few minutes and address some of the high points to give you some guidance whether or not you might be looking to sell a home in this market, or if you're looking to purchase a home. There have been some changes. We're definitely seeing a shift in some market dynamics. So let's dive right in. The first thing, and one of the most obvious things we're seeing, is the interest rate is moving. There's a lot of different ways to shop for interest rates and a lot of different mortgage providers. What we do here at my brokerage is we look at an index called the Optimal Blue Mortgage Market Index. This tracks what borrowers are actually locking in all across the country. And what we're seeing is the Optimal Blue Mortgage Market Index is hovering right around 5.875 right now. So the average borrower, depending on where you're at with your credit score and your debt to income, may be higher or lower than that. But the days of 4% interest rates are for the most part gone. If you are open to adjustable rate mortgages, if you know that you're only going to be in your home for, say, 3 years or 5 years, then a 7/1 adjustable rate mortgage or a 10/1 adjustable rate mortgage would keep you locked in through that entire length of ownership, and those do come with more favorable rates. So depending on what your goals are for your next purchase, reach out to me. We can run through a bunch of those scenarios for you. Another big headline making news right now is existing home sales. You're going to see reported that existing home sales for 2021 are down substantially. And while that might be true, we were seeing a record-breaking number of home sales happen during the pandemic. With ultra-low interest rates, a lot of people shifting into places where they could work remotely or have more space, get into homes that better suited their needs. We saw a lot of turnover happen very quickly. So what we're actually seeing today is 5.6 million annual home sales, and that is actually what we saw pre-pandemic, before the health crisis. So we're actually returning to normal. And by the way, those were very healthy, normal years leading up to the pandemic in the housing market. So while the headlines look very alarming because what we're comparing this year to is a very high banner year, in reality, when we take a broader view, it's actually not that bad. The last thing I want to talk about is inventory. Buyers have been plagued for the past few years with inventory challenges, not enough homes for sale, every home going with multiple offers, sellers being very non-negotiable, things like appraisal gap clauses and waiving inspections, having to be a part of every offer you make just to get a home. We're actually seeing a shift in that, and for the first time in a couple years, we're seeing consistent week-over-week increases in new homes entering the market. As a seller, this means that you can no longer price your home as aggressively as you were. So a lot of sellers were looking at pending home prices and pricing just above that, expecting their home to set the new pending bar. You probably want to go back to looking at the sold home prices and pricing where homes sold, or pricing just above the sold homes, but just below where homes are currently pending, to still position the home to receive a lot of interest and maybe even multiple offers. As a buyer, you can expect to have more homes to choose from, but you can also start to bring back in some of those terms that make the purchase process a little more comfortable, like longer inspection periods, smaller down payments, longer loan approvals, and maybe even home sale contingencies or closing cost assistance, depending on how long the home has been sitting on the market. We're expecting for the rest of this year home prices to continue to increase. In fact, when we look at 7 large players in the real estate space, the average forecast for 2022 is an 8.9% increase in home value. So while we don't expect house prices to come down anytime soon, we are expecting a slower pace of increase. And that's going to be dependent on where the interest rate ultimately goes and what happens with the greater economic recession, which oftentimes doesn't lead to a decrease in home prices, but sometimes does lead to a decrease in mortgage interest rates. So we'll keep an eye on all this for you. If you are thinking about selling a home or purchasing a home, if you're thinking about leasing a home, buying an investment property, whatever your real estate goals are, I'd love an opportunity to speak with you. We have a full team of full-time, professional, highly skilled and experienced agents who would love an opportunity to speak with you about what your goals are for 2022 in 2023. So reach out to us. Visit us on our new website at donharkinsrealty.com. We also have a new office location right here in the heart of College Park at 651 Rugby Street. We're here every single day, Monday through Friday, and oftentimes on the weekend. So if you find yourself in the neighborhood, please stop by and say hi. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great weekend.